A lot of business owners feel like once they reach final diligence, the deal is basically done. But in reality, this is where deals are tested the most. Buyers and lenders start digging into the details, and even small issues can suddenly matter a lot more. In today's market, preparation is what keeps things moving forward instead of slowing down. Hi, I'm Dale Brunel with First Choice Business Brokers of the Triangle. I work with business owners across North Carolina to help them navigate the sale process from start to finish. Today, I want to walk you through some of the most common deal breakers we see during final diligence and how you can stay ahead of them. One of the first things buyers look for in final diligence is consistency in the financials. They're comparing what was presented earlier to the actual records, and if something doesn't line up, it raises questions. Even small gaps or unclear adjustments can create hesitation. The clearer and more organized your numbers are, the easier it is for buyers to stay confident. Another area that often comes up is customer concentration. If a large portion of your revenue depends on just one or two clients, buyers are going to take a closer look. They want to understand how stable those relationships are and what could happen after the transition. Being upfront and prepared to explain this helps keep the conversation productive. Buyers also pay close attention to how dependent the business is on the owner. If key relationships or daily operations rely heavily on one person, that can create concern. They'll want to know how the business will function after the transition. Having documented systems and some level of delegation makes a big difference here. One of the first things buyers look for in final diligence is consistency in the financials. They're comparing what was presented earlier to the actual records, and if something doesn't line up, it raises questions. Even small gaps or unclear adjustments can create hesitation. The clearer and more organized your numbers are, the easier it is for buyers to stay confident. The good news is that most of these issues can be addressed before you even go to market. When financials are clean, documentation is organized, and expectations are aligned early, the process becomes much smoother. It's really about reducing surprises. The more prepared you are, the more control you keep throughout the deal. At the end of the day, final diligence should confirm what buyers already believe about your business. It shouldn't introduce new concerns. When everything is clear and well prepared, this stage becomes a checkpoint instead of a risk point. That's what helps deals move forward with confidence. If you're thinking about selling or growing your business, reach out to First Choice Business Brokers of the Triangle for expert guidance, accurate valuation, and strategic planning. We help owners prepare for every stage of the process so you can move forward with confidence.